See you later, Nathan. Good morning. Hey, you might be wondering what this meant, this strong disagreement these two people had at the start of this video. There were two people in the Bible. One of them was Paul and one of them was Barnabas. Now, I think most of us know who Paul is. I mean, the famous people of the Bible, Moses, King David, and Paul. But a lot of you may not know the name Barnabas. So those are the two characters who had the strong disagreement. And when I mean a strong disagreement, it's not just I disagree with you, it's strong. I mean, the two are shouting at each other, they're not happy, the face is getting red, that kind of a thing. What caused this? Now you have to back up a little bit, because who's Barnabas and how does he know Paul? It turns out that in the early part of Christianity, Christ has died. The church has kind of gone underground, fearing that they're going to be killed by the Romans, or even their friends inside of the Jewish faith. And then Jesus comes along, breathes on them. There's a whole new energy, and the numbers are being added to daily. But people are poor. The people have no money. They have no possessions, many of them. And so they pool together all their food. They're selling the land. And one of those people who've done this is Barnabas. He's named in there as a person who sells the land and puts the money at the feet of the apostles to give out to the other Christians who are emerging in this time. And so he's a good person. He's well trusted. And then something happens. A person who is persecuting all of them, who's actually getting them killed, is a man by the name of Saul. Saul leaves on a trip to go to Damascus, Syria. And in that trip, he encounters God. He encounters Jesus. And he's converted into a Christian. And after a while, he comes to Jerusalem, trying to come into the midst of these apostles who know Jesus, and they reject him. They don't want anything to do with this guy. He's going to kill him or get him killed. And so along comes Barnabas. Barnabas takes Paul and brings him to the men again. He said, I know this man. He's preaching about Jesus in Syria, in Damascus. And eventually they allow him in. Not only did they allow Paul in, Paul then starts to go on mission trips into other places, spreading the word. And Barnabas goes with them. And they're spreading the word all over. In fact, in one of the towns, Antioch, which is up in the coast, which is near where Turkey is right now on the Mediterranean, Barnabas was the one who was really getting the people to believe in Jesus, even when Paul was arguing with them. So he had more success in the early goings. And so the two of them went on mission trips together. And one of these mission trips, another man was with them by the name of Mark. Mark deserts them and leaves them in the middle of the trip. And so when Paul and Barnabas are back in Antioch later, they are talking about going on another mission trip. Barnabas wants to take Mark. Paul doesn't want to take Mark. There's no way, he's not coming with us. He's a deserter. And so what happens is a strong disagreement between the two of them. And what happens? Paul goes on his own off into the mission field, into fame. He's known for writing all these books, Romans and Galatians and Ephesians and all those things you read in the New Testament. Barnabas, on the other hand, leaves with Mark and goes to Cyprus. And the last thing we know about Barnabas is this little passage that you saw at the beginning of this video. My question is this. Paul has fame. We read about him in the Bible. And yet Paul would not even have been in there and doing that if it hadn't been for Barnabas. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be the Paul known by fame and writes all these books? Or do you want to be known as the Barnabas, the one who brings people to other people, who brings peace amongst people? He encourages people to come together. He was known as the encourager. He brought Mark into the scene. He took Mark under his wing. I mean, Barnabas was the guy. He's not famous. He just made things happen. That's who I want to be. I want to be like a Barnabas. I want to just kind of make people feel good about the Word and Jesus and the things that are happening out there. And that video you saw of my son leaving in the car at the beginning of this video, he and I've had some strong disagreements this last weekend, and yet we love each other. So I want to be a Barnabas. Anyway, hope you want to be the same. So thanks for listening to me this week. We'll see you later. Bye for now.